Hey everyone, I just wanted to come on and share something that the Lord showed me actually before the Trump assassination attempt, which I think we can all agree that was a miracle. 1000% that was a miracle. Um, that bullet, if he had not turned his head, would have killed him instantly. God's hand is definitely on Trump. He is not a perfect man, but he is the right man for the job. And I'm sure you guys are probably familiar with the Brandon Biggs clip. If not, Google, YouTube him or look him up on Google. Brandon Biggs, Biggs. He prophesied that assassination attempt back in March, and it was 100%. People criticized him because they say, oh, he said the eardrum, and if it was really a prophecy from God, it would be 100% accurate. But I think what he saw was blood coming down from the ear, and then he interpreted that, what he saw, to mean an eardrum. So it was his interpretation of what he saw that maybe was a little bit off, but what he saw was 100% a prophecy of what was going to happen. And I think it's pretty incredible. It's evidence for a lot of people who don't believe in this kind of thing necessarily, but the Bible is clear that the gifts of the Spirit are working and active. So anyway, the Brandon Biggs thing was really incredible. But I completely forgot about several things that God showed me in the weeks and the months actually leading up to that, one of them I remembered pretty quickly. I feel bad for not releasing it before, but as I've said 1,000 times by this point on this channel, I am very backlogged with things I want to share, about what God has shown me. And this is one of those things. So I was in the cancer center getting treatment. By the way, if you guys, I guess it was covered, but it was popping out a second ago. This is my port. So, I have treatment going a lot of the time, so I do have an access port, so that's what this is. So sorry if that's distracting, but just so you guys aren't wondering, it's an access port that I have here. Anyway, I was in the cancer center probably 2 months ago, I would say, maybe 2.5 months ago. And this is why I really need to get on just releasing things whenever God shows them to me and not waiting too long, because I was just sitting there chilling, and out of nowhere I just saw the United States flag that was horizontal over the landscape, so completely sideways, not up if you would see the flag in a flag post. It was like this, and it was over, casting a massive shadow. This was a huge United States flag, and it was casting a shadow over what looked like it was a southwestern U.S. landscape. It was Arizona or Utah or New Mexico or something like that, and it was casting this huge shadow over this massive area. I don't know why God showed me the Southwest. Again, it looked like Arizona or something like that to me. Obviously the Four Corners, I'm sure y'all have heard of that. That refers to the I think it's Colorado, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico. So the southwestern United States, also called the Four Corners. So I don't know the significance necessarily of what that is. But also Arizona, I know there was a huge issue with the ballots. There was a huge lawsuit after the last election regarding Trump in Arizona. Or maybe it's just the fact that it was distinctly American. The Four Corner, the United States, the desert that is there is so distinctly American. Maybe that's why. I don't know why God showed me the Southwest, because this assassination attempt happened in Pennsylvania. But I saw this huge flag, and through my mind instantly I thought of Psalm 91, which I'm going to read Psalm 91 to you. Psalm 91 is, whoever dwells, this is the NIV version, the New International Version. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. He will cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. I lost my spot here. You will not fear the terror of night, nor the arrow that flies by day. I think that's significant. Nor the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, nor the plague that destroys at midday. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. If you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. For he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. You will tread on the lion and the cobra. You will trample the great lion and the serpent. Because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. He will call on me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. So that is immediately, obviously I don't know that all by heart, but I do know that, he will cover you. What is the very, very first part of Psalm 91? Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. That is what flashed through my mind immediately. And again, it was like a massive, massive portion of this landscape that was under this larger than life American flag. And it was like in the shadow. So I thought of that God showed me this vision, and I was just like, whoa. I made a note of it. I prayed about it, but I did not know what it meant, what it was referring to. I was like, okay. Now, again, as I mentioned, the landscape in the part of America was very different, but what that vision reminded me of instantly is when I saw, you guys know that iconic photograph of Trump with his hand in the air and the Secret Service around him with that flag flying? That flag flying horizontally looks exactly like what I saw in my vision. So that immediately was like, oh my gosh. And then that combined with Psalm 91, I was like, okay, that to me is talking about Trump's protection. Like, Trump was under that flag. If you look at where he is, it could have just been the angle of the photographer, but he's under that flag. So to me, that was really significant about being about Trump's protection and his angels guarding him. And I thought that was really, really significant, honestly. So yeah, there was that, and I'm trying to think. There was one other thing that happened. I don't know why, I just can't think of it now. But I think it was very clear that God was showing me something. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Leading up, so about 2 weeks, sorry, chemo brain is a thing, okay? I still have active chemotherapy sometimes. So this is my little pouch. And inside here, I have like a pump. I don't know if you can see, and I have immunotherapy. So this I wear around my waist, and it goes up, and this is my port that is accessed here. So you can kind of see that goes into my heart. So it's fine, like it's workable, but I do still get chemo brain sometimes, even though this is an immunotherapy. So please bear with me. Thank you when I just lose my train of thought like that. Leading up to the weeks before the assassination attempt, like, so God will speak to me through dreams, he'll give me visions, but also I will see things on signs, on cars, on license plates, and like, I don't know why certain things just are like they're it's like highlighting, right? Like God will highlight things to me. If you're prophetic, I'm sure you like know what I'm talking about, but God will highlight things to me. And I have a little journal I'll kind of sometimes jot things down in, and what God highlighted for me was the word rifle. Interestingly, like there's a sign for a place here in Houston that was like Rifle Coffee Company. I don't know if you know that. I mean, it wasn't about them, but the word rifle in that sign like stood out to me. And God showed me the word rifle, and like just mentally I feel like I was thinking of the word rifle. And then there was a phrase that God was speaking to me quite loudly, which was shots fired, rifle, shots fired, rifle. I'm like literally feel like the world's dumbest person, because I don't know why I didn't make this connection. Like I didn't even connect this to the Trump assassination. I thought he must be talking about something in my life, like shots fired, like, you know, that can mean when someone says something like aggressive, like shots fired. Like, I don't know why it took me this long to make that connection, but God did show me that. God showed me shots fired, and he showed me rifle, and he showed me that that was just in my mind. But then like the flag over the United States in the shadow, and part of the United States being in the shadow of the Most High, like in Psalm 91, but it was the United States flag that was over the landscape like that. And that was a vision that I had, not an open vision, but a vision where it just flashed, like close, just I blinked or something, and like right there. That's how I usually will get visions. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here and share this with you. I think that, you know, God's hand is on Trump, and I think he's going to win the election. So we'll see. But that is what I believe is ordained by God in the situation. So yeah, I think it's pretty obvious that God's hand and his protection is on Trump. So yeah, God bless you all, and I'll talk to you later.